Hey y'all.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome back to Eminem Talks. I am Maurice.
I'm Monica.
And we're touching on some sports. Some
football. And what's going on with this mess so far? So grab a drink.
Yes.
And talk with us. Crown Royal, salted caramel going on here.
For the both of us. So yeah, let's talk about it while we're going into what, this is week 7?
Yeah.
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 And if you watched our introduction video, you know I'm a diehard Denver Broncos fan.
And I am a diehard Cowboys fan. I don't want to hear you mess about that either. Because I'm still going to be a fan.
But before we get into that, though, let's just touch on what's going on in the league and some picks.
Oh, yeah.
For as where things stand right now.
And I am going to talk about my team.
Yeah,
I love my team.
We will go into
but
our teams.
I got some words.
Yeah, I can go on about this for a while. But right now, I do like what I've seen in a lot of these games. It's a lot of parity this year. I'm digging that. If I was to pick teams to represent for the Super Bowl.
If I had to pick right now,
based off of what I've seen.
Unfortunately, and I do not like this team. Let's get that straight. But, you know, I give respect where respect is due. Fucking Kansas City Chiefs. Even on their bad days, they still.
If my homeboy is watching this,
damn it,
I'm gonna hear it because he's a big ass Chiefs fan. But this team is undefeated, and they're not even playing good ball.
And that's what makes it worse. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So outside of the Kansas City Chiefs,
my dark horse team right now is the Houston Texans. Ooh, excuse me. This drink is kicking. But
okay. Sorry. Live and uncut, y'all. We don't do cuts.
But
well, not live, but yeah.
Yeah, my dark horse team, I gotta go with the Houston Texans. I like how they're pretty well balanced. And if they can stay healthy, they're a team that you don't want to see in the playoffs. At least for the AFC. I really can't. Baltimore, I know they do this every regular season. Like, seriously. Every year, the regular season, they're this good. They're talked about. They're favorited. Lamar Jackson cannot be trusted in the playoffs. Period. It's the way it is. Derrick Henry starts to run down come playoff time. Starts to slow down. I see the same thing happening to them. Lamar Jackson, I gotta see it to believe it. We've seen this before in the regular season. The guy's an MVP candidate almost every year, and he disappears come January. So until I see different, I think CJ Stroud gets a little bit further than he does.
And for me, I actually don't have a second team right now, just because we've been having a lot of inconsistencies going on so far this season, and I don't know which way this is gonna go. Actually, I know there are some injuries. I know there are some younger teams that are trying to get their footing. I understand all that, but that just makes it a little bit more unpredictable, and so I can't call the second team just yet. Give me till next week. after next week, I can definitely let you know who else I think could be a Super Bowl contender. Unfortunately, I don't think my team is. At this point, I don't even think we go into the playoffs. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
For the NFC, favorites usually lean towards the San Francisco 49ers. I don't think they're that team this year. They're struggling. Me and my boy,
they choke anyway.
We've had this conversation for a while about Brock Purdy and how he's overhyped So he's a super system style quarterback. It's starting to look like that. Like he can only do so much within that system. And without Christian McCaffrey, without that with a consistent run game, the team is just not doing well, and it's starting to show that he's not that drop back passer type of guy that can just take over a game. So they're going to win some games. I think they'll be there in the playoffs, but I don't think they go as far as they have in the past couple of years. The Packers, I think, are the other team that's catching my eye. The way they built that team, if they are going to the playoffs, the guy's name is slipping my mind right now. The running back from the Raiders, Jacobs. If they run the ball with Jacobs come playoff time, I think they could shock somebody like the Detroit Lions. Detroit right now, to me, for the NFC, is the favorite.
I hate the way they whooped our ass, but I gotta hand it to them. It was a hell of a game for them.
Vikings, I'm not too sold on yet.
Seattle is kind of a sleeper for me.
They are a sleeper.
They're a sleeper.
They are a sleeper.
They're like not the worst. They're not the best. They're kind of just like hanging right there in that middle.
But their Achilles heel is going to be Geno Smith. Their Achilles heel is going to be Geno Smith. Other than that, they've built a pretty good roster over there. I like to see what Atlanta does for the rest of this year. I got my eye on them. And of course Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay, they could be stopped. Hence what Denver did to them in Tampa. They could be stopped. Minnesota, although they're still 5-0, they're still undefeated. I'm not sold on them. Not quite yet.
I need another week.
I'm not one that if I see a team that's playing like Minnesota is playing, I don't jump on that bandwagon that easy. Because I've seen teams like that start to falter, and it's Sam Darnold that's running that ship right now at quarterback. At some point, it's going to start to be Sam Darnold, and we'll see when that happens. For football fans, you know what I'm talking about.
So for me, I have this methodical approach to thinking about it all, and I kind of analyze and maybe overanalyze some things, but that overanalyzing has me winning in my league right now, and I'm 100% at my picks right now. So what? But yeah, so just because somebody is doing great right now doesn't mean it's always going to be. There's a lot of different factors that I look at when I go into making those decisions, and which is why I can't pick my second team for the Super Bowl just yet. I need to see just a little bit more because of all the inconsistencies that's been going on. And I'm just waiting to see those that fall off, because that happens every year. We've got those teams that do really, really freaking good, and then they burn themselves out. And then come the second half of the season, they just tank. And you're like, what the fuck happened? So
yeah, when that mid-October to November football rolls around, teams change. It happens every year. And that's when it really gets interesting. You start to see teams separate themselves, from the rest of the pack. Come mid-October ball. So right now, if I'm picking Super Bowl, if I'm having Super Bowl predictions right now, it's Kansas City and Detroit. Unfortunately, Kansas City and Detroit.
And I hope Detroit whoop their ass if that is the case.
But things change. We got the whole month of December to go, whole month of November to go. And there's going to be a surprise team that's going to pop out around those months. I will put money on possibly Atlanta being that team. Yeah, the way that team is built, the way that they're playing right now, they got the ingredients to run the ball, play some defense, to get to stack some W's to get into the playoffs and shock somebody. That's the way that team is built right now. So I think they will be that team that kind of starts to separate themselves. They're going to win that division, in my opinion. Even though Tampa is doing well, also I would take Atlanta over Tampa. But yeah, those are my picks right now as we stand and going into week 7.
Again, give me one more week, and then I'll have a lot more to say about what I think and what my picks are and things like that. I just need one more week. With that said,
let's dive into our teams. You want to go first?
Oh Lord, where do I start? Besides with Jerry. He has been the bane of our existence as Cowboys fans for a very long time. And this whole mentality of he's the end all be all of this team is why we are the way we are today. I mean, we've all seen the interview with him threatening the guy's job and all this other kind of stuff over basic questions that he's supposed to be asking. If he didn't ask them questions, he wouldn't be doing his damn job. So it is what it is. I mean, your ego got hurt, and it should, because fucking sit the fuck down already. Are you serious? We are not. We are going to stay where we are at until he decides to fucking sit his ass down and just be an owner. Just be an owner. Let somebody else give somebody else the reins as GM. Seriously. But we know he's not going to do that. We know he's not going to do that. And until then, we are where we are. And it sucks because the Cowboys will have some of the league's most talented people on their fucking team, and we can't do a motherfucking thing. We can't even get past the fucking wild card stage. I mean, are you serious at this point? I love my team. I'm gonna ride with my team. We gonna go through this good or bad, but fuck. That don't mean I ain't gonna talk shit along the way. Goddamn it, I love my kids, but I'll cuss their ass out too. Like, come on, what are we doing here? We're focusing. We put all our focus on a contract, which I'm not gonna lie, I ain't got nothing against Dak. I'm just gonna say that, nothing against him. I think he's a good dude. He's a good quarterback. Is he legendary? Absolutely not. Did he deserve the contract he got? Absolutely not. I was not on board with that contract. But, I can't hate his hustle. He did what he did. He got what he got. And for whatever reason, Jerry said that was going to be a good idea instead of putting that money somewhere that we would actually need it. So, there's not even a lot you can really say because it's literally the same thing every single fucking year. You can only talk about it so long before it's okay. Yep, we already know this happened last year. Yep, it happened a year before. And this past game, I mean, I understand. I understand we had a lot of injuries. Our defense was down, but come on now. That's where our backups, that second string, need to fucking do their goddamn job. Earn your fucking pay. Let's step in there and do what the fuck you need to do. Because just because our starter is down, don't you want a full-time job? Because I thought that was the goal, to fucking work your way up. But you just showing us why you still second string and probably need to be down in third string. I love y'all. I love my team. But we got to get it together and stop with these excuses. There is no more excuses because it's ridiculous at this point. So I can't put it all on Jerry. Most of it I can, though. Most of it. Good 90%. But the other percentage, that other 10%, come on, team. We got to get that shit together. As far as coaching, play calling, there was some questionable fucking plays that I'm just like, really? I mean, if they want, they can hand the reins over to me. We talk about this all the time. I'm ready for them to hand these reins over to me so we can get this shit together. But, I'm not that type to roll over and be, yes, sir, absolutely fucking not. Who the fuck are you talking to? First off, go sit your old ass in that goddamn booth and let me do my goddamn job that you paying me to fucking do. So there's a lot to say, but not at the same time, because again, it's a fucking broken record. And I am going to ride for my team. I absolutely am. So I don't give a shit how much shit I talk. I don't give a shit how much shit you talk about my team. I'm still going to ride for them. But we do got some serious issues, Jerry. And until that's fixed, until that shit is ironed out, I just don't see, like, this year, I don't even see us making it to the wild card. Like, the wild card game. And so, I don't know. I don't have a lot of hope for that. I mean, they could turn shit around and we could win every week. We're on a bye this week, but after that, we could win every game after that. I doubt it, but it could happen. All I'm saying is right now, I have zero hope, but I'm still a fan.
My take on the Cowboys, I mean, we talk about this all the time. It's Jerry. It's Jerry. It's been Jerry. Jerry's the problem. You're the owner? Okay. Be that. Hire a freaking GM. Hire a GM. Get them on the same page with the head coach. And let those guys go to work.
Right.
That's it. Plain and simple. Cowboys are going to win some games. They're too talented not to.
Right.
There's too much talent on that team for them not to win games. But
we're not going to win the ones that count.
Yeah.
That matter.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say about the Cowboys. That's all I've been saying about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Is Jerry Jones is the reason why that team is not going to win a Super Bowl.
He's most of the reason.
So that said, we'll go into my Denver Broncos. Came off a good win. I liked it. Looks good. It was against a beat up New Orleans Saints team that looked like they quit on their team. I want to know what the hell is going on in that locker room, because I know the signs of a team that quits.
It did.
And damn,
it definitely did.
I was sitting there looking at the game like, what the hell's going on in their locker room? Like,
and we ain't gonna forget about that hug between Kamara and Coach.
Hot Mike's caught the brief exchange between Sean Payton and Alvin Kamara saying, "Come and get me," and Sean Payton's responding, "Hang in there." We'll see, because we don't need a running back right now. We need a tight end. But state of my Broncos, especially living out here. Let me start off saying this. I'm going to tag them, so I'm hoping other Broncos fans and outlets see this video. Chill the fuck out. Please, chill out. My God, it drives me crazy. Some of these guys are already turning on Bo Nix. Dude has played 6 games in the NFL. Well, 7 now. 7 games. And they want to write him off.
I ain't even a Broncos fan.
It's like, chill
Don't
out.
like the Broncos, but even I think he's doing better than what y'all think y'all say.
What we've had, he's doing better. But that's not even okay. The Bo Nix thing, that's one issue. Broncos country, Broncos fans, if you're watching this, I'm about to pull a fucking Aaron Rodgers here. RELAX. I hate that I even did that.
Oh
but,
my God, me too. Let's roll with it.
Man, chill out. Do y'all realize where this team is in the midst of what they're going through? Because I think they tend to forget about that. I love my Broncos. They are ahead of schedule. Still dealing with this jacked up salary cap from Russell Wilson. They decided to remember. We got to remember. They decided to eat that cap to get rid of this guy. That was, I believe it was an $82 million dead cap hit. Dead cap, which means this guy's over there in Pittsburgh, not doing well, getting paid.
Let's be fucking
by us.
nice.
So,
Oh my goodness.
but we are. This team is what they're 4-3 right now, with a rookie quarterback, pretty much cash strapped, to a certain degree. And you knew once they decided to eat this cap that they were going to. We're rebuilding. We're rebuilding. They're going with young guys. And so far, it looks like we've hit on these draft picks. We've got a bunch of good young guys to the point where we could actually be 4-3. And even last season, they went on a 6-game win streak and was in the mix of making the playoffs after getting dumped on dumped 70 points on last October. And everybody was calling for Vance Joseph's head. Well, look at us now. Got one of the top defenses with the same defensive coordinator. And we got one first-round draft pick on the defense in Patrick Surtain. The rest of the guys are either undrafted or fourth-rounders, third-rounders. Some literally just got picked up off the couch.
It's a seriously young team.
They fans need to chill out. This is a process.
Yeah.
It is and we are ahead of schedule.
Give these babies a chance. Because that's what they are. I be thinking like they the same age as my kids.
I think they are the fourth to fifth youngest team in the NFL.
They're so young.
And they're 4-3.
I don't even like this team. And I'm just like, y'all tripping.
I think they have 30 million that they got to pay Russ this year, and that ends his contract. And I think they're going to be sitting out somewhere around 70 million with free cap space to actually make some moves. And with the way this team is playing right now, you could bet there's going to be a couple of high-priced free agents going to want to come to Denver this offseason. Then this team will start competing in Bo Nick's second year. It's there's some holes. let's be real.
He doing better than Troy Aikman did his first year out.
There's some holes on this team
bring that
because
up.
I'm the big one complaining about I knew the wide receiver room was a problem, and they were saying that the wide receiver room was very talented. It was not, because it was a problem last year. I love Cortland Sutton, but I think they need to trade him. I think they need to trade him because these young guys have got to get on the field. Unless they plan on going to get somebody of high value, because Cortland Sutton to me is a very, very good possession number 2 receiver. He's not a number 1 receiver that's going to be a threat, because almost game in and game out, unless it's a broken play, he's not getting targeted much. And it was the same thing last year and the year before. He has not been that guy. Although he's gotten paid like that guy. He's had flashes, but ever since his ACL injury, he is that number 2 dude. I compare him to Adam Thielen, the way Adam Thielen used to be with Minnesota. A solid contributor, a threat at the number 2 receiver, because an opposing defense's number 1 DB can lock him down. But a number 2 DB will have issues against Cortland Sutton, who has a great catch radius, but we need that dude at the wide receiver position. We need that guy, that threat, and we don't have that, and that's a problem within this offense, along with historically bad tight end play, because we haven't got no damn tight end. I've heard rumors that they're looking at Kyle Pitts or David Njoku from the Browns, Kyle Pitts from the Falcons, for them making a move on. Hopefully Kyle Pitts because he's younger, more athletic. And then the whole Alvin Kamara thing, I do see that happening because I think New Orleans is about to have a fire sale. The way things are going on down there. But Broncos fans, chill out. Like, enjoy this team. Watch them grow. Hell, Troy Franklin is even popping up. He had a terrible training camp. But he's been showing up. Marvin Mims needs to get on the field more, please.
Yes, he does.
Because I'm tired of seeing my dude. He's a freaking threat with the speed. Why is he not on the field? Even as a decoy, put him on the field. He's got to be on the field.
Facts.
But Franklin, Mims, and this kid Vele, I think all three of those guys need to be on the field all the time. Which is why I would not be shocked if Cortland Sutton is traded. It wouldn't shock me one bit. I love the dude. I love his ability to catch some highly contested passes, but at this point, I don't think it serves him well to remain on this team because of the way that they're building. Like, Cortland is ready to compete for championship. He's ready to be in the playoffs. Dude hasn't even been in the playoffs yet. So, get him to a contender, get a draft pick for him, and just be happy to continue to build because that's what we are. We are a building team. And we are ahead of schedule. Have patience. Sean Payton is doing his damn thing. Your thoughts?
No. I like some of the players on the team. Not a fan. But I will say something. Yeah, he's right. Y'all do gotta chill. Because again, I'm not a fan of the team at all. But I do see what they are trying to build. So you do got to give credit where credit is due, and they are building. They are in that structure. Bo Nix is actually doing a better job than hell I thought he was going to do. So they're growing. Just grow with them. Quit calling for people to just be gone because they're not there to do shit right when you need them to do it. It doesn't work that way. And if you know the game, you know it doesn't work that way. No. So give it a little bit of time. They'd be all right.
CJ Stroud was a freaking anomaly. Not every rookie QB after him is going to do what that kid did. He was a special kid.
You have those. You have those.
CJ Stroud was an anomaly, and what Jaden Daniels is doing right now is actually what I thought he was going to do anyway. If I was a Bears GM, that would have been my pick. I was saying it all off season last year. Everybody talking about Caleb Williams, like, nope, I would go with Jaden Daniels. You can see it in his footage at LSU what that kid was going to be. So it's no surprise to me that he's balling the way that he is right now.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that.
But, yeah, that's a little bit of sports coverage. That's something that we did promise on this channel. We will have more after this Sunday's games.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to get into basketball.
Not yet. Not yet.
See what my Lakers do.
We'll get there.
See how my Lakers do. Yes, I'm a Laker fan living in Denver, so I don't roll the Nuggets at all.
I ain't got no favorite basketball team, so I roll with them.
But
my dad's a Lakers fan too, so it is what it is.
But share your thoughts and your opinions. Share how your team is doing and what you think they can do.
If you disagree with what we're saying, let us know. We love to hear your thoughts. All right. Well, thanks for having a drink with us and talking, and hope to see you again.
You're all done.
I am gonna get some more too. Deuces.